Hey, friends, and happy Thanksgiving week. I'm just hopping on to wish you a peaceful planning week for your Thanksgiving holiday. I am sitting outside Aldi and I'm about to go in. I've got my little shopping list. Well, it's not so little, but I've got my shopping list, I've got my plan, and I just want to share with you a couple of things that we are doing to keep our holiday from getting so stressful. First of all, if you've not done it yet, go buy your Thanksgiving turkey and get it in the freezer for right now. It is Thursday, week before Thanksgiving, as I'm recording this. And we picked up our Thanksgiving turkey roughly a week ago. So I want to say if you are in the Southeast in the United States, and you are near a Publix, you need to go to Publix and get yourself a Thanksgiving turkey and an extra one because they're 49 cents a pound right now. And you can buy two, so you might want to take a friend if you want to get more than two, or maybe wait until after Thanksgiving. We have not bought our turkey there for Thanksgiving the past few years, but somehow I'm not sure if they've had them for 49 cents a pound every year for the past few years before Thanksgiving, but we have bought at least two turkeys there between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and even after Christmas sometimes over the past few years. And we just keep several turkeys in our freezer year round just so that we have them if we have a big event or where we need to feed a group of people, or we have like a crazy work week and we know that we're not going to have a lot of time to cook. I'll prepare a turkey ahead of time and we just eat off of that for a whole week. And so that's usually very helpful. So I encourage everybody to do that. Even if you don't get an extra turkey before Thanksgiving, go check out your local grocery stores after Thanksgiving, especially Publix, like I said, here in the South, because those turkeys are 49 cents a pound and it's a great deal. Like our Thanksgiving turkey we bought, we paid like between $5 and $6 for. So you can't beat that. You can't buy ground beef for that. So it's a really good deal. So I'm just going to run through what we try to do to keep our Thanksgiving from being so stressful and taking up all of our energy. My daughter is the one who hosts, so we just make a plan together, and the two of us basically do the majority of the meal. And if we have other guests come in, then we typically will ask them to either bring a dessert or bring a side, whatever, if they have a specific side that's not one that we typically make. So here is what our typical Thanksgiving meal menu looks like. And don't judge because we do have a lot of carbs, but it's Thanksgiving. So this is what we have. We always have a turkey and we do cornbread dressing. So if you're not from the South and you're a stuffing person, then that's fine too. I was a little bit tempted this year to maybe try stuffing instead of cornbread dressing, but the rest of the family vetoes that because they like to have dressing and gravy. So we have dressing, we have gravy, we have homemade cranberry sauce, and then we have all the starches. Sweet potato casserole, mashed potatoes. Now, that's not mashed potatoes. In our household, we call it smashed potatoes. We don't whip them up super fine. We put all the good stuff that you would put like on a baked potato, and we smash it all up. So we call that smashed potatoes. And then we will also have a really decadent mac and cheese. My daughter makes an incredible, like 5 or 6 cheese mac and cheese. And so we always like to have that. Then we also have green bean casserole. Then rolls, which apparently are a must for my son-in-law because typically I say, we have cornbread dressing. Do we really need that? But yes, it's important to my son-in-law. So we will have rolls. Then my daughter Kaylee always does a pumpkin roll, which is my son's favorite dessert. So we will always have that. And then typically we'll have another dessert or we'll have another family member bring dessert. So what we do is we try to get our shopping done. Like I said, it's Thursday, and I'm trying to get ahead of all the weekend crowd and get started on my portion of the Thanksgiving dinner prep. So, I'm looking at notes that my daughter has left. This is a community note here. So she's left me little text messages inside my notes. So the first thing that we will do is, like I said, first make sure that we buy that turkey and try to get it at least a week ahead of time. The last thing you want to do is run into a shortage of turkeys like the day or two before Thanksgiving. So get your turkey at least a week in advance. So if you don't have it, go out and get it now. Then I will make cranberry sauce. That's probably something I will do tonight. So you can make that a week, maybe even 2 weeks ahead. We don't use the canned stuff. We use real cranberries, and we just make a stovetop sauce with cranberries, golden raisins, a little bit of sugar, some orange or lemon and lemon zest, and a little bit of spices, a little bit of clove. And we basically just bring that to a simmer, and you let it thicken, put it in a mason jar, and it works, or it stays in the refrigerator for weeks at a time. After Thanksgiving is over, we always have some left over, and this is super good if you have bagels the day after Thanksgiving. Have bagels for breakfast with cream cheese and add a little bit of cranberry sauce to that. It is really excellent. It is a great Black Friday breakfast before you go. Then the next thing I will do is start working on the cornbread dressing. That's another thing that I will probably do tomorrow. Is I will begin with making my cornbread. And what I do is I will mix up a cornbread batter, and I will make a pan full of cornbread that is the same size, or that is the platter that I'm going, or not platter, that is the baking dish that I'm going to prepare my cornbread dressing in. That way I'm assured that I have plenty of cornbread and it's not going to be too thin. Just don't fill it all the way up to the top of the baking pan, because then once you add all your other stuff to it, then you end up with too much dressing. You don't want to do that. So go on the thin side and do it a week in advance, because then you can just take the cornbread out, let it dry out, and then stick it in a Ziploc bag and crumble it up, and then finish later in the week. Then on the weekend, I will work on preparing my sweet potato casserole and my green bean casserole. The sweet potato casserole, you can do that and put the topping on it if it's a pecan topping, and then you can put that in the freezer and it freezes beautifully. Just take it out the day before Thanksgiving so it's thawed in the refrigerator and ready to go in the oven on Thanksgiving Day. Then I will also do the green bean casserole. This I will freeze without the topping. We do fried onions on ours, so I like to do the fried onions the day of when we actually put it in the oven to bake. Then the mac and cheese, Kaylee, my daughter, will prepare that, and she will do it typically on Monday or Tuesday and freeze that. Then on Wednesday is our come together and mother-daughter baking day, where we'll finish up the majority, well, not finish up, we will work on the dishes that we're going to have. And on Wednesday is the day that she will bake her pumpkin roll and roll it up, but she will put the cream cheese and topping on it on Thursday. Then Wednesday, while we're together, I will complete the dressing, adding all of the sauteed onions and celery and egg and all that stuff that we put together, and add the chicken broth and everything, all the spices, and have that prepared and in the pan and ready to go in the oven for Thursday. Then, once all of those things are done on Wednesday, we will take the turkey. Oh, I forgot to mention, on Monday morning, take your turkey out of the freezer and put it in your refrigerator, and make sure you have a good solid 2 to 3 days to let that turkey completely thaw. You're not going to have an issue with getting it to be cooked thoroughly as long as it is thoroughly thawed, completely thawed. Don't start with a frozen turkey. So on Wednesday evening, we will do our overnight turkey method, and I will link below a video where I share how to do that. But this is the easiest, most trouble-free way to cook your turkey so that it is like falling off the bone, moist and tender, and it doesn't take up all of your oven space on Thanksgiving Day, because what you're going to do is put it in the oven, you let it cook for a set amount of time, then you will turn the oven off, but you leave the turkey wrapped up in the oven overnight. And then when you wake up in the morning, the turkey is completely cooked through. It's perfect. I've done this method for probably 5 years now and done it several times throughout the year, and I've never had an issue with it not being done or any concerns. It's always perfect. So when we get up on Thanksgiving Day, we are going to pull that turkey out of the oven and start to debone it. We will start to pop in the dressing, the green bean casserole, the sweet potato casserole with the toppings, add those things to the oven. We will prepare our smashed potatoes then on Thursday, and we will also prepare the gravy and the dinner rolls on Thursday. Also, we'll complete that pumpkin roll and any other dessert that we have and prepare drinks, which in the South is going to be sweet tea and unsweet tea. And for our friends who are soda drinkers, making sure that we have some Dr. Pepper on hand. There is our stress-free Thanksgiving plan. We have followed this for several years now, and it's always tons of fun. But this Thanksgiving, we are enjoying our first Thanksgiving with a toddler in the house. So I'm super excited about that, and excited about having a new little sous chef standing in his toddler tower, helping us out in the kitchen. So hope you guys have a blessed weekend as you're starting to begin to prepare for your Thanksgiving. I will share a couple more videos between now and Thanksgiving Day with the recipes for sweet potato casserole, green bean casserole, and our dressing recipe. Again, check the description below for the link to that video showing how to do the overnight turkey recipe. It will make your turkey day stress-free, and I promise you're going to enjoy it. That's it for today, friends. Until the next video, God bless, and check out this little video that YouTube thinks you might enjoy.